Let's move to the bench makeup. That's a nice little natural segue. Spencer Linu came into consideration the past 2 to 3 weeks in a big way and simply had to be picked. For mine, I thought Liam Martin would be picked. Olaquatu's been picked. Either or, you're going to get the same from both of those. I'm happy. Hudson Young, perhaps a little bit of the shock, but the biggest shock of all was Isaiah Yeo being named on the bench rather than to start. Look, they could always change it on the night, as I suspect we might see. What do you make of the bench? Is it big enough, or have they gone too many options?
Well, I think the bench is certainly big enough. I just have to backtrack a little bit. I sort of disagree on the Spencer Leniu pick. I think, he's only played 4 games this season. He's just come back from a 6-week suspension. He's got a bit of a track record of being hot-headed. I think Queensland will get under his skin. It wouldn't shock me to see him sin-binned at some point in a game like Origin. I know it's a big call, but, he does have a bit of a hot head. He's just come back from the suspension, as I just said. I don't really agree with it, particularly when Stefano Utoikamanu missed out. And I think there were some other forwards you could have gone with ahead of Leniu. I've made that point pretty some of our chats over the last couple of days and been disagreed with, but, that's the beauty of discussing league. On the Yo point, I don't really understand why he's coming off the bench. As you said, they might change it on the night. Kind of hope they do, because I don't really see the value in him coming off the bench. Sure, he's solid and he will do a job. But at Origin level, we've seen the last couple of years, I made the point last week that the difference when Cam Murray started last year versus Yo starting in the first couple of games, it was night and day. So I'm just not sure what he provides off the bench.
You look at that's fair. You make some good points about Linu. I was on record last week. I wanted to pick an animal off the bench. I wanted a bloke. I would have... Look, Mitch Barnett was one of the ones for me, and Terrell May were the two. But, Lenu last week, and against Cronulla, he tore our middles up, which is probably the only time they got on top of us. He was so good against Canberra. I think he was a pretty much must-pick. And I think he got picked, and maybe he has a game under his belt, or I know he was in a jersey. I saw a photo of that. I get it. In terms of hot-headedness, you bring him and you bring Hudson Young off the bench, and it's alarm bells, but it's also the kind of players that I was calling for. So I really trapped myself here. I can't be negative on it. I wanted these animals, these killers picked to come out and just bash the Queensland forwards. I think they've done that. I don't mind the bench. Isaiah Yeo had to start or miss out for me, and you can't have a player his quality miss out. I completely get it. I think you'll see Cam McInnes come off the bench and make a little bit more impact than Yo. You're right, though. Last year, Cam Murray, it was night and day. He's an Origin footballer. Isaiah Yeo's a fantastic club footballer. For mine, the best lock in the game. But it didn't translate to Origin. Will it this year? Who knows? I think it may have to, being that Cleary's not there. Nico Hines is, trepidation's probably not the wrong word, but I'm a little bit nervous for Nico, and we'll discuss that more in a minute. I think another ball-playing option is not a bad option.
Yeah, as you said, I don't hate it. I think Leo will start. Again, I don't see the impact in him coming off the bench. I think Yo either plays 60, 70, 80 minutes, or there's just no point in him being there. He'll make 40 tackles and he'll run the ball hard, but and after last year, it's really important he doesn't get in the way. He was in the way a lot in attack last year. I'm hoping that Dylan Edwards being at fullback may actually improve Yo as an Origin footballer, but we'll see how we go.